drum for now.
We are down at St Matthew's Estate, celebrating our 20th anniversary for the St Matthew's project. We've brought a lot of our community partners down, the residents, ex-volunteers, ex-participants, all of our connections across the community to come down and just celebrate with us. 20 years in the community, it's a really good achievement.
When I was walking from Spring House with my two youngest daughters, just to have a kick about, and I got surrounded by all the kids in the flats, and they said, "Can we come?" I kind of got ambushed, and I said, "Well, you ask your parents," and my daughters didn't mind because it's all their friends. If I said no, then I probably wouldn't be talking to you now. So that was the real genesis of it, that sliding doors moment, I suppose. Wish I'd said no.
Look sharp, don't make me feel a bit and get dark. Hear the bang, see the spark. Drop down, lay down, just fix up, look sharp, don't make me feel a bit and get dark. Hear the bang, see the spark. Drop down, lay down, just calm down. I got the big beat. Hear the sound. Yeah. I got the big beat.
This is the story of the St Matthew's project. From a kickabout in the park to Spring FC to St Matthew's Estate and beyond. 2005 saw our first teams playing under the St Matthew's banner. And each new year has seen a new team come through. And with new teams come new managers, new people, Sonny and Jean.
We're getting up early, getting breakfast done for the children, but then also bringing breakfast for the team, making sure that they knew the meeting point. There's still a couple that are not there yet. Why are you not answering your phone? We're trying to call you, where are you? Some people didn't bring socks and didn't have boots and had a shopping trolley full of like spare bits and pieces. You know, everyone's got the number that they want. Make sure everybody's on that card that meant to be on that card. It's not somebody else that looks like that person on that card. I never did that. I wouldn't say that I was wild, but I wasn't quiet. It was demanding, and I did that for a very long time. I never had a Saturday morning for quite some time. But it was good. It was worth it, because those boys are all grown now and they still remember me, so that's good.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
Tion, on this pitch, we do it. Yeah, man, then we got a red card, fam.
Oh, kill it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play. Legs are getting old.
Yeah, I'm Liam Lawrence, also known as Horatio for those who know. I live in St Matthews and I started playing for St Matthews when I was about 12, 13 years old, all the way to about 16, 17, played for them, became a coach. I've seen it grow from like a handful of people, just a bit from the estate to however many there is now.
Started playing for St Matthews. We was one of the first ever teams back in, I think it was 2004 now, yeah. All we was a group of boys playing football outside in the grass. Lino picked us up, started making a team for us, organising matching for us, just basically trying to keep us off the streets is what he was doing, and to a point it worked. So we was just boys playing for fun, really. It was back in the time when there was no phones hardly. Yeah, football was just our way of getting out.
Oh! You know, you look just see.
I'm Siobhan. I've known about St Matthews, do you know what, from the beginning. So when it was first established, 2004, it all started with my cousins and my brother. So they all used to play in the football pitch around St Matthews estate. And I was always there because I like to be nosy and just be in the mix sort of thing. I remember a very wet training session in Brockwell Park. I was wearing my bright pink coat and Lino made me run around the park in the mud and I fell flat in the mud. And then from then I cried, but I was like, I like this. Having the patience for some of these girls, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot that I needed to teach PE and to also work in classrooms. So it's helped mentally, I would say. It's challenged me physically and emotionally. Hello. I will in a minute. In a minute. Sorry. And my little one, who's over there, she's kind of into it now and then, but she likes basketball more. So we'll see where that one leads us. Hello.
We've always been a hyper local organisation. We're not interested in world domination. This is Springett House, kind of where it all began. So I was living here at the time, and when I got ambushed for the kickabout by just the kids living in the block. First thing we ever teach kids is put your rubbish in the bin. Simple things. That's always been the first step. Just things, I wouldn't say they're values, they're just do the right thing. We all tell them at Brockwell Park, especially you live here and told to this day, we always say that's your back garden. You know, if you ain't got a garden, that's your back garden. So treat it with respect, and they do. Who is this? Whose dog is it? Not what you know, it's who you know. So your mum's got a bit of clout. Look, there's a coach.
The lady that got hit by the
where is she?
She says, oh, yesterday, look. And she
Where is she? Where is she?
Green at the bottom, right here with the guy.
All right. Yeah, I'll speak to her. I'm on the mic here. Yeah.
Joy.
So done it for the 6 weeks, and then we had an award ceremony at St Matthew's Estate, and that was kind of, you know, give out awards. We had budget with football shirts and stuff and trophies. And then that was meant to be it, really. Yeah. See you later. And then they started going, oh, we want to carry on, and I thought, oh, on a Saturday. And so I started doing that. And then at Christmas, and then that was meant to be a Christmas thing, and then that's it. And it just, then they started going, they wanted a football team, and it, I don't know, it just, I couldn't get out of it really. It's just one thing led to another, yeah.
You still haven't.
Yeah, it's hard, when you get involved with that, it's very hard to get yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause a couple of years in, you know.
What made it hard? Was it the kids?
Yeah, you can't walk away from it, and the bigger it got, it's very hard to walk away. So yeah, here we are.
They love their kids, like they genuinely love their kids. Like I recommend them all the time to anyone. I'm like, have you heard about St Matthews? You've got to get to St Matthews, just local, Brockwell Park, where you always go. Watch and see, you'll want to attend, you know? If my kids didn't have St Matthews to go to, I would be worried about what they're going to do on the weekend, and that's not a lie, 100%, because there's too much negative strays around and influences that they could get into. But having somewhere to go, having a focus, and you know, that is just something that I will be grateful for, just as a parent.
You know, the automatic, thinking is a normal grassroots football club. For me, it's more than that. It's a family, it's a community, and even outside of football, they do a lot of stuff for you. You walk around the area, everyone knows of St Matthews, not just as a club, but as a whole community, actually playing football with friends and people I class as family. Every single thing about the St Matthews, I love and respect, and that's because we have that family connection. All the players, all the coaches, the parents even, I love every single moment.
My name is Ekundayo, and I'm a father of 3 young boys, all in St. Matthew. It's a tradition, let me just put it that way. We get up Saturday, St. Matthew. Nothing comes before that. To be honest, they even saved me a lot of money because they refused to go on holiday. They were like, no, Dad, we're not going. We're going to miss the holiday program in St. Matthew. We're going to miss the football. And it's funny, Monday to Friday, you have to be the one to wake them up to school, but on Saturday they'll be the one to wake you up like, yeah, Dad, it's time. You have to go to Brockwell Park. The estate that I grew up in, everyone came to this project on a Saturday, so this was the place to be. I started volunteering with them, I think I was 16. And then just each year sort of progressed. I've had the majority of them since under 10s. So every player I signed, I had to meet their parents first or their carer first. So the family can understand that it's not just me and the player, it's us 3 together.
He actually, he's from St Matthew's estate, and he came to us at 14, and he wanted to be a footballer. So yeah, that was his ambition. But then he got into coaching with us, and yeah, he's just really kind of bought into everything. And now he helps run the project. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't run it without him. Like small organisations, you're over dependent on certain people. you rely on them so much, and if they go, well, yeah, what would happen? I don't know. Well, you look at Man United. You know, they didn't have a succession plan, did they?
I coach the youngest team, so under 7. It is quite stressful at times because it is the youngest group, so we have to accommodate our coaching styles to them because they're quite new. And they literally just learn how to walk, so it's just like, oh, okay, we need to kind of adapt.
Lift your leg up and out. Other way around. So up, yeah, that's perfect, well done.
Seeing that they do have a female coach, it's nice because you see girls come into the session, they feel more comfortable to come to the session because there is a female coach there as well.
You might hear me say priority wide, priority wide, priority wide, because the priority is to get the ball out wide and see if you can take players on, okay? Once you get into that final third, like we did on Thursday, shoot, okay? But we have to show that maturity and we cannot let our emotions get the better of us. SMP on 3. 1, 2, 3, SMP!
Seeing the hard work that I've done previously and seeing it being put into practice was really good. I would say like just little messages here and there when players say, oh, thank you for sharing this with me, or you're my favourite coach, or I've really enjoyed working under you, like things like that. It's very heartwarming and it kind of gives me that drive to continue. Like being known as a St Matthews player or coach, having this, wearing this logo on my chest, it just gives me immense pride.
So I came to Jubilee getting on for 13 years ago. St Matthews was already well established with links with the school. Really lucky that Lee and Jean have had long-standing connections with Jubilee right since their children came here. And so we've always felt like a really big part of the project. And over my time in the school, it's been amazing to see that grow and grow. You see our children here from sort of 6 to 11 being part of St Matthews, and then you watch them come back in years to come as coaches, and being part of that it's not just playing football on a Saturday, it's something that's giving people tools for life, and you see our children becoming role models as coaches as part of the project. Is an amazing thing to have.
I think even when I carry on into my future, when I get my degree, I feel like St Matthews will always be a part of me. I will never ever forget St Matthews. I always try and come back when I have time, because I think, like I said before, I wouldn't be who I am today without St Matthews. 100% I wouldn't be. Like, for example, now without St Matthews, I go to networking events for the future. I don't think I'd be able to go to those if I didn't have the youth board, if I didn't have the coaching that I do now. I wouldn't be able to.
I'm just really proud of what we have in St Matthews. I'm proud of all the children, I'm proud of all the, the parents, all the coaches. I'm just proud of the history of St Matthews. It's so cool that we've got this in our area.
I think in many ways the future's a bit uncertain, in that lots of other projects are closing down. Lots of other projects just are really kind of struggling, and so we're getting more and more young people coming, and so we need to kind of make sure that we can still deliver what we can deliver. But I think for us, that providing more support is vital. It's not about a numbers game with us. We don't want to expand. I mean, we've had people ask, do we want to go and run activities in other areas, and actually we don't. We don't at all. This is our patch, and what we want is every single young person in this area that needs our support can get our support.
I often wonder why, how it started. I thought it was about just football and the love of football, but I sort of come to realise it's not. It's really about his kids who are like me, where I grew up. Same streets, same issues. Yeah, so I suppose that's what it's really about, helping kids who are like me.
Growing up, I was a bad kid. I used to fight a lot. I couldn't tell you how many times I've probably, done the wrong thing. Lee always forgave me, and he always welcomed me back and tried to show me that there's a better way, and I never listened. But Lee was probably one of the only male figures that I had in my life at the time that would even try to give me that advice. So that's why today, if Lee phones me and said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing a documentary," I'll stand here and be out here till 1 o'clock in the morning, because now as an adult, I understand what it is that he done for me, where I probably didn't understand what he was doing when I was a kid, if you know what I mean. Because if I did, I probably would have took more of his advice, and I wouldn't have ended up in situations that I found myself in later on in life, after shitting. And Lee, he means a lot. I say Matthews, he means a lot for me. Football was the kind of release for me, and being around Lino and being around even like his wife, his kids, it made me feel good because I wasn't too used to that family dynamic. So it brought a calmer side to me, being around Lee, being around the team. So like I said, it's probably leaving football and leaving that and being in the wrong places that led me to where I ended up being in life. So see Chris, he never used to play football. No, genuinely. No, he never used to play football. But see Chris, remember the whole point of it here, saying that St. Matthews is about the community. So he never played, but Chris was there at nearly every game.
Yeah, you got the pictures of me on there as well.
Yeah,
He's got a picture of me there when...
So look at that.
That's me, the first about 13 or something.
That's Chris there. Yeah, with the team. So when I see this makes me sad. Imagine me at 12 years old, 13 years old, when we would play a game or whatever it may be. My attitude was so bad. The team could be taking a picture and I'll be like, nah, I'm not taking it. Like, genuinely, that's how bad my attitude was. So even now when I go to Rocco Park and I go inside, we have our little home base, and there's pictures of like the old team, new team, and there's a picture of my age group team up there, and I'm the only player not in it. Do you know how sad that makes me feel? To know that how I feel about St. Matthews now as an adult. When I was younger, I was so blind and so, naive to it that I didn't want to take a picture with my teammates, where now I would do anything for them. How does that make sense? So for the young kids, what I can probably say is, when you're young, what matters to you now probably and more than likely ain't gonna matter to you when you get to a certain age. So try to remember that when you're making certain decisions in life. Think to yourself, am I gonna care about this or am I not gonna care about this in years to come? And then that's it. Hey, lovely, that's just filming, letting them know about the community, like the football team in the community, how we're helping, young kids stay out of that car. You know what I mean? If anything, we're doing you lot a favour. Yeah? Nice one. Like, see me when I was young, like, when it comes to talent level, I was one of the most talented. And I let all of that go to squander. Where do you think I ended up? Prison. For how long? 9.5 years. I had everything set up for me as a kid, the talent, things around me to help, and I still never made it. I still never made it happen because why? I had a bad attitude, and where did it end me up? In prison. I had to go to prison for 9.5 years to learn that I'm someone special and I can do something, and I'm doing it now. But I should have started years ago. I wasted a hell of time thinking I was that guy, thinking I was mad special, thinking man's mad cool. So please, don't go to jail and be rubbing your lives out for no joke thing. Please, stay on the roads, don't die. My brothers, you know it's love all the time. One.
from you having not many opportunities and then creating so many for other people, like, how do you think that kind of came about?
God moves in mysterious ways.